Once, upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded,
Let the burial rite be read, the funeral song be sung.
An anthem for the queenliest dead that ever died so young.
A dirge for her, the doubly dead, and that she died so young.
For the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer,
Sir,
said I.
But madam, truly your forgiveness I implore.
But the fact is, I was napping, not so gently you came rapping.
And so faintly you came tapping.
And darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams, no mortal ever dared to dream before. And flutter in their steps a stately raven of the saintly days of yore, not the least obeisance made ye, not a minute stopped or stayed ye, but with the end of glory lady,
perched above my chamber door.
Unshakingly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, mentioned croaking.
Nevermore. Nevermore.
This is thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or
By the
devil.
heaven that bent above us, by the God we both adore.
Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant aided,
That shall clasp the sainted maiden, whom the angels name.
still is sitting.
On the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door.
And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming.
And the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor.
And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor.
Shall be lifted nevermore. True, nervous, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am, but why would you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded. With what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation I went to work.
Every night, just at midnight, I made an offering sufficient for my head and have put in a dark lantern, all closed, so that no light shone out. And then I thrust in my head and mine.
Never before that night had I felt the extent of my powers, of my sagacity.
Now you may think that I drew back, but no.
I was about to open the lantern when my thumb slipped upon the tin fastening.
Who's there?
I knew that sound well. Many a night, just at midnight, when all the world slept, came to my ears a low, dull, quick sound, such as a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I knew that sound well, too. It was the beating of the old man's heart.
And now, at the dead of night, amid the dreadful silence of the old house, such strange a sound as this excited me to uncontrollable terror. You will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body.
First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head, and the arms, and the legs.
I then took up 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber
I
and
sat
deposited
and
all.
answered cheerily.
They chatted familiar things.
But ere long, I felt myself getting very pale and wished them gone. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. I talked more freely to get rid of the feeling, but it continued and gained in definitiveness, until at length I realized the sound was not within my
Still
own
the men
ears.
chatted pleasantly.
And smiled.
Almighty God, was it possible they heard not? No, they heard, they suspected, they knew, they were making a mockery of my agony. But anything was more tolerable than this, anything was better than this derision. I could stand their hypocritical smiles no longer.